Good Platform channel. In this channel, we are about to create stunning projects that we can use in our real life. For today's tutorial, we are going to create an intrusion detection system that detects objects in a restricted area and assorts an alarm, and also takes the snapshots and stores in a folder. So for the future, we will try to implement face recognition, and also we will try to train a model for predicting the entry into the restricted zone area. And if you would like such stunning projects, just subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. So without further ado, let's jump to the project demo. Okay, here's the project demo. I specified some keys for the project. First, you can see S. S is used for saving the current zone that I want to create. Also, R is used for resetting all the created zones. Whenever I press R, all the created zones is being deleted. And also, whenever I press D, the nodes for the current zone is being removed, the zone that I haven't saved. And also, P is used for pausing the frame. Whenever I press P, all the frames is being paused. So, and through the mouse, I can create the zone at any point of the scene. So I want to create a zone here, okay? Yeah, and yeah, this is the zone that I created. So whenever I press S, this zone is created, and you can see here that one zone is existed, or zone is created one zone. So now whenever I press P, the frame is being, you can see whenever someone enters to the scene, okay? Whenever passes the restricted area, so it starts an alarm, and you can see the cool thing is here in this part, after each 5 seconds that I specified as an interval, and a snapshot from the scene is being taken here. Okay, so whenever again when I press P, whenever the person leaves the scene, as soon as the object leaves the scene, so it stops alarm. Okay, so there is no object in the scene and alarm is being turned off. This is all about the project. Let's get started coding. Okay, let me explain the files which exist here. The first one is alert. This is alert sound, and we want to use this when a person enters in a zone. It should be started to make aware the others. The second one is a main file which we want to write all the code for this project, and the third one is a video which we want to implement the intrusion. You can create the zones in a real camera. You can use CCTV camera, and for playing the intrusion, and you can create whenever at every place you want, you can create the zone. And also we are using YOLOv8 for detecting the objects in a frame. So you can use the older version or the latest version of YOLO. You can implement that. I downloaded this before, but you can also do not download this while importing and using the package Ultralytics. It would be automatically downloaded automatically. So first, let me import the packages which we would be used through this project. The first package which we are using is NumPy. NumPy is a Python library for numerical computing, and it provides supports for large multidimensional arrays and matrices, along with collections and mathematical functions. And also the second package which we are using is OpenCV, or open source computer vision. Okay, You know that OpenCV is a computer vision library used for image and video processing, object detection, and face recognition, and real-time computer vision tasks. And the third package which we are using is OS. You know, OS is a standard Python module for interacting with operating systems, and it handles folders and files operations, environment variables, and system commands. The fourth package which we are using is Pygame. You know, some of you will ask, why do we use Pygame here? You know, only for one reason we use Pygame here. For playing the sound. You know that Pygame is a library for building games and multimedia applications. In Python, it provides tools for graphics, sounds, and input handling. So only for using the sounds we use a Pygame in our own project. And the last package which we are using is Ultralytics. You know, from Ultralytics, import YOLO. Yeah. You know, Ultralytics is a Python package for real-time object detection and object detection and tracking. We use YOLO for this, using YOLO, and it's optimized with the speed and accuracy. So these are all the needed packages which we would use through that, and also we would use JSON. You know, yeah, JSON. We also use JSON through this. Okay, first let me specify the path which is needed. You know, we would try to structure our code and we would try to explain everything word for word, but if you couldn't understand any part, if something needed for more explanation, just comment and you can message me through social media and I would respond, and I would be grateful for helping the others. Okay, the first path is alert path. We have alert, okay, alert dot wave, and the second is a video path is video.mp4, and also module path is equal to YOLOv8 n.pt. And now directions, diars. First one is a zone diar. We would create a folder called all zones. We would create this folder, and also we for storing all the zones in a file in this folder. And also another folder we would create is a snapshot. A snapshot diary, and its name should be snapshots. Okay, let's create them with OS. OS dot make diars. The first one is a zone diar, and we check if the folder exists. It should not show an error if you do not use existed. Okay, whenever a folder exists, it should show an alert, an error for you, so it wouldn't work. And we say true. And also for a snapshot, os.makeDiar, and a snapshot diar and exists okay should be also be true. Now we create the zone path. Zone path is equal to os.path and .join. The first parameter is zone diar, and the second one is zones. Zones.json. First explain this. We create a folder called this one. The zone diar was all zones, and a file which would be in that is zones.json. We want to store all the informations of the zones in this file. Great. Okay, first you can you can control your code and you can organize your code in different folders and files, But as you know, I'm just trying to create a tutorial, and I just try to explain everything carefully, not to make you confused. I just try to write all the code in one file, but if there is something needed for explanation, I would be grateful. Okay, let's do, okay, model. We say yeah, our model is a YOLO, and the address was what? Model path, yeah, model path. And also video is equal to cv2.video capture. If I put 0, this would open my PC camera. And also we can also use another external camera, and that can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and many cameras as you want. But in this tutorial, I do not want to use my PC camera. You can use it, and you can create the zones in real time at CCTV and many more. But in this tutorial, I just want to play a video. Okay, first, while true, yeah. Okay, let's specify some variables here. Okay, come here. Here we say variables. Okay, what we would add in this, the first one is zones, is a list which we want to store all the zones. We can create as much as the zones as we want. The second one is current zone, yeah, the zone which we would be creating. And the third one is paused, yeah. Whenever a person press P, the frame would be paused, and we can create the zone. Also is paused is playing, yeah. You would understand all of this at the end. Yeah, great. Yeah, is paused and is playing. Yeah, great. So I say if not is paused, return a frame is equal to cap, yeah, or sorry, video dot read. Yeah, great. And we can say cv2 dot im show. We say intrusion. We can say, I'm sure takes 2 parameters, but this comes in the window. I mean, whatever you write here, if you have another window, and this would open another window there, so it can be any name you want. And we can say frame, and also cv2.wait key is 1. So let's run the code and check whether it works or not. Okay, sorry, something went wrong. Yeah, no, there is nothing. It would be the first time it takes a while. Yeah, this is the video which we are about to implement the intrusion in it. Yeah, great, it works well. Yeah, and we can say cv2, we can flip cv2.flip. We can say, yeah, frame is equal to cv2.flip frame, and should be 1. This better. Yeah. Okay, let's start. The first one, now here we would create the functions. The first one, we create mouse callback function. Yeah, great. We create a mouse callback function because through the mouse we want to draw zones in a frame. Okay, we can say diff mouse, yeah, back. It takes some parameters. The first one is event x, y, and flags, also proms. we can say if event is equal to cv2 dot event L button down, yeah, this one. We can say current zone dot append x and y, and you can say print node added for, we can say if a string for, yeah, x and y. Okay, this is a most callback function. Okay, let's rename the window cv2 dot name window. Its name is, we can say intrusion, and cv2 dot set most callback. Intrusion, and also most callback function. Yeah, great. Most callback function takes two parameters. The first one is name, and also the second one is the function which we created. So the choice is yours. You can make in one function, but it's, I think, much organizable. Yeah, great. Okay, after that, we want to check whether if any zone exists in the check if any zone exists. Okay, we say if os.path.exists, what zone path. If this one exists, then we have to open the file zone path in a reading format. Yeah, now we can say all that would be loaded, that should be loaded and would be stored in in our zones is equal to JSON dot load if. Yeah, great. We can say info and add if string. We can say len zones. This would show us all the number of zones which exist in our zone file. Okay, great. It's very easy and very simple. Okay, let's continue our code here. Yeah, we can say overlay is equal to frame dot copy. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, great. And now work on a YOLO. Result is equal to model, and the first parameter is frame. We can say a stream is equal to true, and verbose is equal to false, and also conf or confidence is equal to 0.5. Okay, we say for r in result boxes is equal to r dot boxes. Yeah, great. And we can create another for loop for box in boxes. Okay, we say cls is equal to int box dot cls 0. 0 means human. Okay, and also we say labels, or you can say label is equal to model dot names, and which names we say cls. Now we just want to check the human. If a human enters in a zone, the alert should be on. There are lots of objects in a frame. We can say car and cats and many more, but only we want a human if enters in a zone. the alert should be on. We say if CLS is equal to 0, then it should be run x1 y1 and x2 y2 is equal to map, yeah, into box dot xy 0. Yeah, great. And also we want to find the mean value, because we create a circle in the center, in the center of the rectangle, which a person. Okay, let's create the rectangle not to make you confused. We can say cv2 dot rectangle, yeah, rectangle. The first parameter is frame, and the point we say x1 x1 y1 and x2 y2. Okay, great. We say color should be green and thickness should be 2. Also we can say cv2 dot put text, we can say frame, and we say label. Okay, label as it means 0 means person. When it's equal to 0, when CLS is equal to 0, it's detected a person, so its name should be shown here. And also the point we say x1 and y1 minus 5, because we want it over the rectangle. And the font cv2 dot font Irashi simplex, yeah, Irashi, yeah, simplex is better. And yeah, great. We say 0.5 and color should be 255 0. We need a green color, and this should be 2. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's run the code and check whether it works or not. Yeah, a name, if we decrease the font, it would be much better. Yeah, all the persons in an object in a frame is detected. You can see. Yeah, great. And first we can say key is equal to this and 0xff. We can say if key is equal to ord q break. Whenever I press q, the project should be queued. And also we can say cv2 dot video dot release, and also cv2 dot destroy all windows. It's much better. Yeah, great. It's working well. Now I want to tell you why we need the mean value for x and y, because we want to create a circle in the middle of the polygon. Okay. Okay, let's run. We want a circle in the middle of this rectangle. Whenever that point enters in a zone, then alert would be on. Okay, that's why I use this. We say mx is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2. Yeah, great. And also my is equal to y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Yeah. So now you can see the result. cv2 dot circle. We can say on the frame. Yeah. And the point should be mx and my. The radius should be 5, and the color we want a yellow. 255, and we want the circle should be full. it should be full of color. Now if we check it, okay, sorry, yeah, there's a circle in the middle of the rectangle here. You can see, okay, it works well. And also first we can see if key is equal to or the p, yeah, we can say is paused is equal to not paused. Yeah, now we can test. Whenever we press the p, the paused value would be changed. Okay, if it's paused, yeah, it's paused, and when again press, it would be working. Okay, and it's if we decrease this, it would be much better. Okay, now load the load the zones. We can say for a zone in zones. Yeah, it's better for us to create an NP array. We say NP array is equal to np dot array. We can say zone, and also the d type should be np dot int32. Yeah, great. So now we can say here also, here we can say is detected is equal to false. I mean, is detected, yeah, is detected is false. Whenever a person enters in a zone, this would become true. Okay, here we can say if, okay, if cv2 dot point polygon test polygon test, we say np array, and the point which enters what point, we say mx and my. When this one measure distance should be false, is bigger and equal to 0. If this one is, we say is detected is equal to true. Okay, and also we can say cv2 dot fill poly. Yeah, okay, the first one is frame, overlay, because we want to do some operations, and also for this should be np array, and the color should be red 0.255. Yeah, it's great. And also cv2 dot put text, we can say on the frame the text should be, we can say entered the zone, or we can say intrusion detected. Yeah, great. And also this needs some other options. We can say point 50 pixel from x direction and 50 pixel from y direction. And also we can say cv2 dot font, yeah, font complex, and this should be 1, and 0.255, and the thickness should be 3. Yeah, great. So this is all done. Okay, let's come here. When we continue, you will understand it. Okay, for a zone, let's import all the zones. CV for a zone in zones, yeah. cv2 dot polylines, yeah. We can say frame, and also the sequence accepts an np array. We say np dot array. We can say zone, and also the d type should be np dot int32. Yeah, great. So it that be closed. Okay, and we can say true is closed is equal to true, and the color should be 0 and 255 0. The thickness should be 2. Yeah, great. Now we check if length of the current zone is bigger than 1. Again, cv2 dot polylines, we can say frame and np dot array, we can say current zone. Okay, we only just check for current zone, and we can say current zone, and the d type should be np dot int 32. Yeah, great. And for this, the is closed should be false. We do not want to be closed. Okay, is closed is false, and the color should be yeah, yellow is better, 0, and the thickness should be 2. Also, we add circles for each point. We say for p in current zone, we can say cv2 dot circle, we can say frame, and the point should be for this point on the current zone, and the radius should be 5. The color should be 200. I think pink is acceptable. Yeah, great. And also we added overlay, so it's better for us. We do not want a harsh color, we want an overlay. We can say frame is equal to cv2 dot add width, and we can say the first parameter is overlay. Yeah, great. The alpha should be 0.35, and we can say frame 0.65 is much, beta is great, and also 0. Gamma should be 0. Now if I run the code, yeah, great. Okay, we can pause the video, or we do not pause. Okay, 30s, we can create the zone. So there's something wrong, because we wanted for this one, okay, we wanted a yellow color, not green color. Now if I run it again, for current zone, we want a, okay, yeah, it's much better. For current zone, we added a yellow color, but when we save the zone and we create the zone, so this would become green. So let's check. We say if key is equal to ord s, whenever a person enters a s, then a current zone would be created and would be stored as a permanent zone in a file. Okay, we can say zones dot append, we can say current zone dot copy. Yeah, great. Now we can say current zone dot clear. Yeah, great. Now we open a file with open zone path which we created, okay, in a writing format as if. We say JSON dot dump zones. Yeah, great. And it takes two parameters. The second one is if. We can say print zone is created. We also can check the number of existed zone. We can say len zones. Yeah, great. And also, now if we check again, yeah, when we pause the frame, okay, we can create, okay, when I press S, this zone is created. Also, zone is created, one zone. We also can create as much as the zones as we want. We now press S again. Zone is created. It's the second zone. Okay, this is great. And also, if I come here in a folder called all zones, this is the informations of created zones in this file. Okay, you can check it. Yeah, great. Now let's close the program and we check if the person, okay, if key, yeah, if key is equal to ord. Now we say if a person press D, the current zone should be clear, and you know the nodes for the current zone should be deleted. We can say print current zone is resetted. Yeah, great. And also if a person enters R or D, yeah, R, all the zones which exists in this file should be deleted. We can say with open zones path in, again we can say in reading as if, we can say JSON.dump. So we just give an empty list, and also if, and we can say print all zones are deleted. And we also can check, yeah, len zones existed, and we can say we can clear the zones, yeah, the zones list, zones.clear. Yeah, great. Yeah, it's okay, it should be after of this. Yeah, it's much better. Now if I test, okay, whenever, yeah, it's the person is entered in the zone, you can check intrusion. We now press R, you know all the zones are deleted. So if we check this folder, there is no created zone. But whenever I create, we now pause the frame. Yeah, okay, let's pause the frame and create a zone here. Yeah, we now press S and start the frame. Yeah, person, you can see a text here, intrusion detected. Okay, it's working perfectly. Yeah, great. So let's jump to the code, and you know the choice is yours. You can create as much as the zones as you want in a frame. So yeah, you can see, and it's working perfectly. You can use in different places, and whenever the object passes the zone, and it would be automatically off. Yeah, great. So now it's time to create a function. Whenever a person enters in a zone, okay, you know, a screen or a snapshot from the screen should be taken and should be stored in this folder called a snapshot. First, we say from date time, yeah, date time, import date time, and also import time. Yeah, great. It's working well. So let's come to the functions part, because it shouldn't be much complicated. Yeah, great. Here we say def take, yeah, we say take a snapshot, and it accepts a frame. Yeah, great. So some other things should we specify. You know, here we say after 5 seconds, we say a snapshot interval. After 5 seconds, and a snapshot should be taken from the screen and should be stored in the snapshot folder. And also we can say previous, previous time should be 0. So we have to compare the current time with the previous time and then compare with this interval, check whether it's equal to this or not, or smaller. Okay, great. So here we can say global global previous time. Yeah, great. We say if current, also we can say current time is equal to time dot time. Yeah, great. We say if current time, if current time minus previous time is bigger or equal to interval or a snapshot interval. Now we can say timestamps is equal to datetime dot now, and also we say strf time. Now we check, we say year, month and day. Also we add hour, minutes and second. So great, it's great. We can say a snapshot path, great, is equal to os dot path dot join. So the first parameters which we give is a snapshot direction. We say a snapshot dir, and the second one, for each image we want a name called a snapshot. Great. And also, okay, let's add if stream here. Great. We say a snapshot for timestamps and underscore .jpg. Great. Now write this frame. Okay, cv2 dot write I am right. The first parameter which we say with a snapshot path, snapshot path, and the second one is frame. It's great. Now we just say the previous time, previous time is equal to current time. Great. Each time it would be compared the previous time minus current time. If it's bigger or equal to interval which we created, the image would be taken. Also, now it's time to start our Pygame. We can start that here. We say Pygame. We say Pygame dot mixer dot init. Mixer dot init and Pygame dot mixer dot music dot load. So we say alert path. This is very great. It's alert path. Great. And it's great. So let's come to the code. We said here, great, whenever this point or the circle which exists with each object, which each person which when enters in a polygon in a zone, so is detected as true, we say great, we say if is detected as true, this one should be taken. Okay, the image whenever after 5 seconds when is detected is true, then the snapshot of the window should be taken and should be stored in the snapshot folder. And also we say if not is playing, we can say pygame dot mixer dot music dot play, and it's minus the loop should be always doing, you know, previously whenever you say -1 and always it would be playing. We say is playing and set the is playing is equal to true. And also we say else if yeah, we say is playing is true, we can say pygame dot mixer dot music dot stop. Yeah, great. And you can set is playing is equal to false. Yeah. Sorry, something went wrong here. Yeah, we can say else if is playing is true, we can say pygame dot mixer dot music dot stop. And you can say, yeah, great, is playing is equal to false. It's as this, it's very easy, and just a few lines of code, you know, you can create this stunning project. So let's run the code. Yeah. After each 5 seconds and a snapshot is being taken here. It's as simple as this. It's the easiest project you have ever seen, and these are the images which is taken after 5 seconds, and you can specify as much as the interval time you want, and the choice is yours. So it's very easy. You can create it as easy as these, and I think it's is a project which you can use in real time. So I hope you enjoy the project, and whenever when I press R, okay, there's nothing, and you can specify the zoom at any point you want. The choice is yours, and you can implement this stunning part. Yeah, great. Yeah, this is very simple. I hope you enjoyed, and if you would like such projects for the future, just share and subscribe the channel and share it with your friends, and your likes is like blood for me, and I hope to be able to create such stunning projects in the future.